Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Trey Reed, a 21-year-old black student at Delta State University in Cleveland, Mississippi, was found hanging from a tree on campus. Local authorities, including the medical examiner, was quick, super quick, to rule his death a suicide. But the family was not buying it. With the help of Colin Kaepernick and his organization, Know Your Rights Camp Autopsy Initiative. I broke the news earlier today with Krista Muhammad of the New Black Panther Party on my Willie D Live channel that the autopsy revealed Trey had a fractured skull in the back of his head. He had contusions, he had bruises on his back and buttocks, meaning that they stomped him, fam. They didn't just bust him in the back of the head and kill him, they stomped him. Now, you got a lot of uncivilized mutts out there who are mad at Colin Kaepernick, even more mad at him because they were mad at him when they first heard the news announced that he would pay for the autopsy. They were saying things like, because the investigation, the official investigation, had already ruled the death a suicide, that Colin Kaepernick should just leave it alone. The critics argued that Colin inserted himself into the case for publicity, suggesting that his involvement was an inflammatory move that cast undue suspicion on an official ruling. Now, why would we have undue suspicion on an official ruling? I mean, our elected officials and law enforcement and all these people, they're so honest. Why would anybody ever doubt them? Yeah, fam. Some of them accuse Colin Kaepernick of paying for the autopsy to stay relevant. It's Colin Kaepernick. He's in the history books. He's going to always be relevant, whether you like it or not, you uncivilized mutts. Yeah. See, what they're really mad about, fam, is that they couldn't just sweep that under the rug. Like, yeah, kill another black, hang another black, just sweep it under the rug. What are you poking around for, man? Leave us alone. Go back to the big city. Yeah. They also said that he was just trying to create controversy. Also, they said that he was fueling racial tensions. The critics argued that Colin Kaepernick's high-profile involvement and the history of racial violence in Mississippi would unnecessarily stoke racial tensions by suggesting a cover-up where authorities found no evidence of foul play. If Mississippi is indeed a post-hanging state, a post-racial state, the history should be just that, history. It should be like, yo, that's the old Mississippi. We welcome you. You want to come and check this out? You want to make sure that we cross our T's and dot our I's? Come on in, black people. Come on in and see the truth. Come on in. Walk toward the truth. This is Mississippi. We have nothing to hide. That's the old Mississippi. That was our ancestors who was hanging your ancestors. That was our ancestors who did all that bad stuff in the 60s, and the 70s, and the 80s, and the 90s, and the 2000s. That was them, not us. No, this is a different Mississippi. That's what they should have said, right? That sounds like right to me. They also were worried that Colin Kaepernick getting this second autopsy done was going to somehow discredit the officials. Some commenters on social media accused Colin and others of seeking to delegitimize the official medical and law enforcement findings for their own agenda. not seeking this information because of all of these inconsistent stories. First, he was found. This is law enforcement now. How you gonna believe law enforcement if they're telling different stories? Like, believe us anyway. No matter what story we tell you, just believe us. First, they say the boy was found dead in his dorm room. Then, come to find out, no, he's hanging out. He's outside hanging out. But he ain't hanging out chilling with the friends and stuff. He hanging from a tree. Because they killed him. And now on every level, it's being covered up. Where he was found at, near the pickleball court. Cameras everywhere, fam. But they had none of these places that pulled camera. Law enforcement has yet to say, hey family, come on over here. We got the footage. We got video, just like we always do when we out here trying to solve a crime. We find video, we get the video, we pull the video from homes, we pull the video from the schools, we pull the video from anywhere we got a camera. We just keep on pulling video until we locate our target. That's what we do. Come on in, we got a bunch of video to show y'all. Check it out. Nothing, fam. Nothing. Okay. Now, we talked about the detractors. Now, this is why Trey Reed's supporters want that information. Wanted the second independent autopsy done. Let's start with the Reed family, because they received conflicting information from authorities, leading them to question the initial findings. The mother told me herself, I don't trust it because they told me several different stories, not two different stories, several different stories. So the mother was suspicious. He was found hung. The police out of anybody, this is the police that's coming to tell the story. The police that's coming to tell the story, break the news to the family, they should know more than anybody. They should know where the body was found. Anyway, fam, so that's one. Then you look at the historical context of Mississippi and how so many thousands and thousands of black people that has been hung in the state of Mississippi. And to date, I don't know one person who's been held accountable for any of those hangings. One of the reasons why is that the first thing that they do, like when a black person is hung in Mississippi, on default, by default, it's a suicide. They just, suicide, that's suicide. Oh, they call it suicide before the person is even hung. Like right now, they got a code. Before anybody get hung, the next person get hung, they've already ruled it a suicide. It's a suicide, no matter what. No matter what they see, it's a suicide. And you never see any video with these hangings and stuff. They never produce any type of video without. We're in the information age. We're in the technology age where it's cameras everywhere. You can't go around just hanging people and not be found out. You can't do that without law enforcement cracking the case if they want to crack the case. But that's too much like, right, they don't want to crack a case that they actually are involved in. That's right, I said it. Forever, law enforcement have been involved in these homicides, these lynchings. They've always had law enforcement involved in these lynchings to an extent, always. Whether it be their family members, whether they be trying to help, that they're trying to help them cover it up, or whether they themselves are doing it. You know, how you think these truckers are going missing? What can stop an 18-wheeler truck from going up that road? Emergency lights, emergency vehicles. They put them they put those emergency lights on, you got to pull over. Next thing you know, can't find your driver. Yeah. It's law enforcement. It's not a secret. It's law enforcement. It's law enforcement that gives people the audacity to even do it in the first place. And it's law enforcement who are sometimes directly involved or they're complicit in the cover-up. Yeah. Or they just are indifferent to solving the case. They don't, let me back up, not indifferent to solving the case, they don't try to solve the case at all. So they're mad at Colin Kaepernick when they should be mad at the people who killed Trey Reed and the people who set him up and the people who have been involved in the cover-up. But that's too much like right, because if you're not involved in that case, if you didn't have anything to do with it and you're watching it from the outside and we're presenting to you a second autopsy that said that Trey Reed had a fractured skull, bruises and contusions all around his body, and organs missing from the first autopsy? Come on, fam. Come on. Oh, did I mention to you that this year marks Delta State University's 100th anniversary? What other better way to commemorate the school than a good old-fashioned lynching in front of the pickleball court? That's the side where the whites are supposed to be on and the blacks cannot be on. That's where he was found, on the white side, where black people don't even go to. I just found out that Delta State is located in Cleveland, which is a sundown town. Sundown town meaning that black folks gotta be out of town or be in their house by sundown. Or else, that's a free pass for them to inflict pain, to harm them. Yeah. And the only way you can have a sundown town is for law enforcement to be part of it. Law enforcement got to give you a pass. They got to be involved in it. Law enforcement has to be involved in it. The city officials have to be involved in the sundown town, right? Because they make the rules, they make the laws, and they enforce the laws, right? Yeah. So they're involved. Yeah. If this is indeed a cover-up, which I highly suspect that it is, the local officials are absolutely involved. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Colin Kaepernick. No more talk.
Where do we go from here? How did we get this way? How do we go back to yesterday? Where do we go from here? How did we get this way? How do we go back to yesterday?
We looking forward but walking backwards. We both wanna win, but we both inaccurate. Two sides, but no one wants to be on.